Nintendo reveal a whole load of Mario games. PlayStation gets people hyped for Final Fantasy, and 2 different Unity offices close due to death threats. I'm Ash Dixon, and this is GINX News. Apparently, the industry universally decided that yesterday was the day to drop a bunch of announcements, and Nintendo was first up with a 40-minute long direct. Sadly, no, there wasn't any info on the Switch 2, but don't be dismayed, as we still got a healthy dose of new games coming to the Switch. And if you're a fan of the classics, well, there's a lot to get excited about. First up, the biggest announcement was a remaster of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. The 2004 RPG was one of the most beloved games on GameCube, and it's finally getting a fresh coat of paint. Many consider it the best Paper Mario game, and with good reason, and that's set to drop next year. Meanwhile, Mario vs. Donkey Kong from the Game Boy Advance is also getting the Switch treatment. Full of puzzles and now with local multiplayer, that will arrive on the 19th of January. And the remasters don't stop there. Tomb Raiders 1 to 3 are being bundled together and will come to the Switch on the 14th of February, which, fun fact, is Lara Croft's birthday. It will also come with the option to use the original polygon graphics for those of you who really want to immerse themselves in the nostalgia. There were some new games too. Princess Peach Showtime is the official title for her new solo adventure. In it, Peach takes center stage as she tries to save a theater show that's gone tragically wrong. And it seems like she'll have a bunch of transformations to help her do so, including Sword Fighter Peach, Detective Peach, Patissiere Peach, and perhaps my favourite, Kung Fu Peach. That's out March 22nd. The chat also erupted on the stream when some old school F-Zero footage started rolling. Sadly, a modern game isn't in the works, despite how much we've been begging for it over the years, but it seems we're getting the next best thing. F-Zero 99 sees the original SNES game transformed into an online battle royale. 99 people begin the race, but only one can win. And better yet, it's free and available now for Nintendo Switch Online members. There was also just a whole bunch of other stuff announced. The latest wave of Mario Kart 8 DLC, a new roguelike expansion for Splatoon 3, oh, and the Switch is getting the best music game ever, Trombone Champ. We also had a PlayStation State of Play yesterday, and you can tell because we have some Final Fantasy fans in the office, and they won't shut up about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It appears to pick up directly where Remake ended, though who knows where the storyline might go, with Square Enix announcing it will take 100 hours to complete. The new trailer was filled with iconic characters, locations, and minigames from the original title, while we also got confirmation on Chocobo racing and Chocobo breeding, which Hanif is easily the most excited for.
Breeding.
We also got a release date, February 29th. Meanwhile, the Resident Evil 4 remake is getting some DLC and is only a week away. Titled Separate Ways, you'll play as Ada Wong in a story parallel to the main events of the game. And if you haven't played Resident Evil 4 enough times yet, well, it's coming to PSVR 2. I must say, it looks very polished and absolutely terrifying, and I'm just glad I can use my VR motion sickness as an excuse not to play it. That's not the only VR news though. Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord got a new trailer too. The co-op ghost capturing action game is set to drop on October 26th. We also got some gameplay trailers for upcoming titles like Spider-Man 2, Ghost Runner 2, and Helldivers 2. Lots of games with 2 in the title. Oh, and hilariously, they opened the show with Baby Steps, the game where just walking is infuriatingly hard. The drama around Unity's new fees has easily been the biggest story this week, and things are continuing to develop in the worst possible way. I recommend checking out our last 2 episodes for all the context, but essentially, they've announced new installation fees that kick off in 2024. Tons of indie developers have spoken out, largely angry around the fact that they had no say in the matter, and it seems basically all of them are planning to never use Unity again. Well, things escalated dramatically yesterday after Unity received credible death threats. They had to cancel a planned town hall and close their offices in Austin, Texas and San Francisco, California. And let's be clear, death threats are never an appropriate response to these things, but it also goes to show just how angry some people are over these changes. And while no one's safety should ever be compromised, it particularly sucks for all those workers lower down at Unity. And it seems many of them were opposed to these changes. Ex-Workflows lead Jono Forbes tweeted yesterday, "As a Unity employee until this morning, I assure you we fought like hell against this. Brought up all the points everyone has, were told answers were coming, and then the announcement went out without warning. Those of us who care are out. More resignations coming end of week." So it just looks like the whole company is in meltdown at this point, and it's just yet another example of arrogant, out-of-touch execs pushing crap that no one wants. Also, they can afford what? Another boat? F*** off. It's just so annoying because all of these issues are so preventable, yet they just keep happening. Worse still, the whole thing seems so ill thought out. That's because, according to Mobile Gamer, Unity has already offered some mobile studios a 100% fee waiver if they switch over to Unity's own level play ad platform. Industry consultants have said this is a move to destroy its main competitor, AppLovin, while developers of free mobile games basically don't have a choice here as the fees apply for every install. And when you consider that, the new fee makes some sense despite still being totally unethical, but what's staggering is this fee isn't just for mobile games, it's a blanket policy for all Unity titles. It feels like it's only downhill from here for Unity, so do you see the engine surviving? Let us know in the comments down below. With Phantom Liberty just around the corner, CD Projekt Red dropped a bombshell by announcing the 2.0 update is coming a whole 5 days earlier than expected. In the latest Night City Wire Phantom Liberty special, CD PR community manager Pavel Borja introduced a brand new cinematic trailer featuring the delectable Idris Elba, as well as a behind-the-scenes featurette with the man himself. We also learned more about what exactly the 2.0 update will bring to the game, particularly when it comes to builds. That's right, Cyberpunk 2077 will now have much more of a focus on the different types of characters you can play on your journey across Night City. These include a bullet-time ninja replete with agility-boosting cybernetics and the ability to deflect bullets, and a full-on netrunner with a whole host of new hacking abilities. Alternatively, you can be a savage slugger and just smash everything to pieces with a massive hammer. These additions all come as part of the revamped skill system in the game, which also includes new cyberware and a relic system to make yourself even more like the Terminator. And if running about shooting people isn't up your alley, then why not just jump into your car and destroy everything instead with the new car combat? The 2.0 update will be free to all players and drops on the 21st of September, with the Phantom Liberty expansion releasing just a few days later on the 26th. It's scheduled to be a busy month for the residents of Night City. And that's the show and the end of a crazy week in the world of gaming. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe, and we'll be back Monday to unpack everything that unfolds over the weekend. We'll see you then.